We're a little late. I'm sorry.
Yeah, running a little late, but how's everybody doing? Hoping they're having a uh, what is it? Good Wednesday, good hump day. We're having a good hump day. It's been busy. We got a lot of stuff going on, as does everybody else. We know how that goes. Today we wanted to just bring you some news, some updates. We have some pretty interesting articles that I think you guys might like, with some information that kind of will tell you about price action, and that's what we try to stay on top of price action and the macro view of it. Okay, what's going on around the world? Some interesting things going on around the world, or in global markets. Some interesting things going on in the news. So I have a lot of articles. So I don't think we'll get to all of them today, but we'll get to the important ones, and we'll see what we can do. Some of them are time sensitive, so I definitely want to get to those first, and then we'll get some of the other ones that aren't as time sensitive. But in the meanwhile, we're setting up. We're pulling up the articles so that we could share them with you, and you can read along. I have, I believe, one chart, only one chart. So we'll look at one chart, simple bar chart. And I think it's on a bar chart on gold, one bar chart on gold, one bar chart on silver. And we'll look at both of those, and then we'll look at some price action of some of the things. The dollar had some interesting price action today. Bitcoin, gold, very interesting price action in the midweek.
I can't find it.
Well, that's no worries. No worries.
What am I doing wrong?
But so yeah, we're pulling the articles up as we speak. So glad to have you all here. We'll wait for a few people to get in the room, and then we'll go ahead and dive in. Is there anything, Aaron, you want to say or anything?
They just need to give me a few minutes.
Okay,
I
so
can
she's just
find.
pulling up the articles. It's a lot of, so sorry, transitioning from one thing to another. So it's always busy, busy, busy. But
Well, why
uh,
wouldn't the actual article
oh,
come
don't
up?
worry about it. I don't know. I'll just read it if need be.
Hi, dear bit.
Hello, dear bit.
And then we have a J Air.
Hello, J.R.
How you
Welcome,
doing?
welcome.
Okay.
Welcome. We are glad to have you too. Thank you very much.
All right, I'm gonna
Should
take
be
a
an interesting show. So we'll try to you know get break down what's going on. Let's break it down.
so
Let's break it down. All right.
Samsung.
And then, but other than that, not too much going on. Like I said, a little bit of interesting price action this afternoon. Lit all week.
Okay. There's only 5 people in the room.
Okay, that's good.
Um, I think we could. I think we could probably get started. It is. It's pretty early.
Yeah. So what is it? It's a little bit a little past six, a little past 6 on the East Coast, and we had to still mess with this 2 hour delay until I think
October. Halloween
Halloween.
weekend.
There will be 1 hour behind, which man doesn't seem like a big deal when you say it, but man, I tell you, if you switch hours like that, man, it's a lot. It's a lot. Especially when everything that you mostly do is based on East Coast Standard Time.
Everything.
Everything, like she said, everything. So then, when you're 2 hours behind, it's like, oh man,
You just feel behind all day
you feel,
long.
oh yeah, all day long you feel behind. So when it's 1 hour, it's like not so bad. So yeah, I don't know what. No, I do know. So Mexico stopped doing daylight savings time. That's what happened, and the United States continues to do it. So when they decide to switch time in the spring, we go back 2 hours for 6 months, and then we come back once they go back time in the fall. Oh, that's the problem we have, and we got to always keep that in mind, because there's days where we get stuff and we get stuff tied up, and we might be ready to do something by 7:30, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it just doesn't work on because the East Coast time is 9:30, and we feel like that's a little too late. So we always try to get it done. It's like right in the middle of the day. Oh well, that's part of the game, but we'll squeeze it in and we'll keep it pushing. Yeah, it's some great articles today. I had this new article I just popped up earlier this afternoon because there was some new price movement in some of the assets. So I just wanted to see if I can get something as up to date as possible. So if my beautiful wife is ready,
The first one.
E
That first
E
one.
ready. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this digital assets by Forbes.com.
This one.
Yes. So this is Forbes.com, reputable source. So we all know who Forbes is. So if you've seen the price movement today, let me. I'm sorry, I'm ahead of myself. I'm ahead of myself. Aaron, would you mind pulling up the Bitcoin chart? Just that basic chart. It's a basic line chart. Uh
I always do it backwards.
oh. Uh oh. What chart is that? Oh, so look at that Bitcoin chart.
We're gonna just switch real quick, you guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got to start with the Bitcoin
There we
chart.
go.
Look at that Bitcoin chart.
Yeah, that's
So what time frame do we have here? 1 day Bitcoin chart. Wow. So you had a nice movement up to a little bit over 61,000. So right down here, you had it in the 60s, 59. So boom, it popped up. Let's check it out over. Okay,
patient having a heart attack.
little Bart Simpson right there, but this right here, small, could be a small bull flag. That's what it looks like to me. A small bull flag, y'all. You see that long, what do you call the thing on the flag? Because I'm always forgetting stuff.
The wedge?
Flagpole. There we go.
Flagpole?
So you see that long flagpole, and this is the flag. You draw the triangle right here. You'll see the pennant. Some people like to call it a pennant. Some people like to call it an ascending or descending. It's different things. Depends on how you see it as you're doing your technical analysis. But it looks like a beautiful bull flag forming. And so that's always great. This chart is kind of because we had a lot going on right here with a sharp drop off Tuesday. So yeah, that's the weekly chart. Let's look at the monthly chart. Monthly chart. We got a little bit of a rebound though here on the monthly chart. And 6 months always looks good. Is this 6 months? I
Mm-hmm.
would think it would look different. So we're still, at the very beginning of 6 months, we're great touching 50,000. So we got a lot done all the way up here to 70, I think 73, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then hard push down, tough push down right here. And your year to date is always don't look as good as it used to, but you're still up here. So if you had to draw, yeah. So we want to talk about it. Let's read this story because
Go back
apparently
to that
something
one.
happened. Do you want to read? I don't know, just white
Yeah.
background. So institutions are coming. 35 trillion US dollar collapse predicted to trigger a Bitcoin price boom to rival gold. So gold it hit all time high this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? A little bit over $2,500. Fact check me on that, but I know it was up to 2530 something. And you know, that's good. That's great. That's better than good. That's great. And that's what these institutions look like they're coming in and what do you call it? They are hoarding gold. Let's do it.
So Bitcoin has swung widely in recent weeks, bouncing around 60,000 per Bitcoin as traders brace for a China earthquake.
Hmm.
The Bitcoin price has dropped back from its all-time high of over 70,000 set in March as fears mount over the U.S.'s spiraling $35 trillion debt pile. And billionaire Elon Musk warns of the U.S. dollar destruction that could bankrupt the country.
Mm-hmm.
Now, After former President Donald Trump floated a radical plan to wipe out U.S. debt, the U.S. dollar has hit its lowest level since the start of the year, sparking fears of further collapse and potentially feeding a Bitcoin price boom. Is there more? Yeah. Bitcoin has become a $1 trillion asset, trillion with a T, during a period in which the dollar was exceptionally strong. This is Zach Pandel, Managing Director of Research at Bitcoin and crypto asset manager Grayscale.
Yeah.
Do you know what's going to happen to this asset when we have a period of sustained dollar depreciation? He asked, suggesting that the Bitcoin price will surge. The dollar's decline in recent months comes as investors are waiting for the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell to signal the Fed will cut interest rates next month during his closely watched speech at the Jackson Hole Economic Symposium
In
meeting
Wyoming, huh?
of central bankers on Friday.
So hold on, let's stop right here.
Okay, babe.
Uh, it's a shame in a market this large,
Hmm.
right?
Okay.
That the dollar hinges on what
A speech?
Jerome Powell's gonna
Has to
say.
say.
Jerome Powell.
That's funny.
I'm not gonna say nothing negative about the chair of the Federal Reserve, but so everybody's waiting to see what he's gonna say. Is he gonna be hawkish? Is he gonna be dovish? Is he gonna raise
Oh,
rates?
before you go forward, just in case we have, people who are watching the show that aren't as familiar with those terms. Most people know what bear and bull markets are, but they may not be as familiar with hawkish and dovish.
Yeah, so it's similar. Without going into a hawkish would be more like a bull market. You would be
Hmm.
more
Aggressive.
aggressive and positive
Hmm.
outlook on the dollar, and dovish would be like, yeah, you want to be more reserved and kind of, the birds kind of explain it. You know how you're going to be, and we don't know what he's going to do. And what happens is you'll see it if you guys are available and you see when this speech is happening, or you're able to watch the speech.
Hmm.
You'll see a sharp movement in the markets. Whether he's one way or the other, you'll see a market either go up or down, and that's a lot. That's not us trading. That's not.
That's not Joe Bag of Donuts
No,
trading.
no, that's BlackRock, Van Act. That's all them people
Hmm.
smashing the market this way, that
Hmm.
way. That's big money with the finger ready to pull the trigger. So, if you get a chance to check out that speech, I don't know if it was what time, and it's in the
It didn't
middle.
say.
It's like in the middle of the day. They're in the middle of nowhere, Wyoming. They go out there every year for this symposium, I believe.
Hmm.
And so this is a normal thing that the Federal Reserve does on a yearly basis. So uh, be on the lookout for that. That should be fun.
All I can hear in my head is, I said Jerome's in the house. I
Right.
said
I said,
Jerome's in the
come on, man.
house. That's how
Uh,
he gonna feel that day if everybody waiting on him.
I know, man. It's crazy.
So the market is looking for a soft economic landing.
Oh boy, where's Andy Scheckman when
I
you
don't
need
know,
him?
but he don't like it. And Fed rate cuts, which is negative for the dollar.
Yes.
Athanasios
Uh-huh.
Vamvakidis, you gotta be Greek, head of G10 foreign exchange strategy at Bank of America, told Financial Times, adding the dollar is still overvalued. Alongside expected weakness for the US dollar, traders are also betting on continued US spending that will push the 35 trillion debt pile, whether former President and Republican candidate Donald Trump retake the White House in November, or if Vice President Kamala Harris wins it for the Democratic Party.
Hmm.
As the market comes to grips with whatever candidate wins, we're in for 4 more years of reckless fiscal policy.
Huh.
That is the most accurate sentence I've heard all month.
There we go.
We're in for 4 more years of just sheer fiscal recklessness, y'all.
And see, and this is how you know when you take the macro view that it doesn't matter who wins.
It
If
doesn't.
people are fighting and they get out pitchforks, everything, man. They're so mad, and everybody's mad at this side and that side, and it
Hmm.
don't
But at the
matter.
end of the day, it's just 4 more years of recklessness
Yeah,
regarding fiscal policy. The
yeah,
history is that Bitcoin really hits its stride at that point. So we're buyers here. We think it recovers.
yeah. So this is a great article there written by.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello, Michelle. How you doing? It's good to see you.
Okay.
Good to see you. So, dang, I lost my train
He
of
said
thought.
it don't matter who wins.
Yeah,
It's
there
just
we
gonna be
go.
recklessness in the
It's
White
gonna be
House.
sloppiness.
That's
So,
funny.
that was a great article written by. I think it was
Forbes.
Forbes. What I would say is, in the short term, he used a term that I want to just clarify. Is he saying it will recover? Right
Mm-hmm.
now, for people who've been sitting around in Bitcoin for a long time, it's not recovering. For us, as we've seen the days of some fights at 1,000, 5,000, we've seen them days. So we like 61,000.
Mm-hmm.
61,000 is nice. I'm glad that it retook 60 because these round numbers seem to always be some kind of resistance. Just people, buyers and sellers like round numbers, and they like to sell right there, and do things short right there at 60. And so when you retake the 60, I think that was good. If you could flip 60 from being some kind of resistance to support.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll keep an eye on that, right, for the end of the week. I gotta check to see what kind of Friday this is. If it's a witching Friday, I don't know. I haven't looked into it because if there's some kind of Friday, you can see some sharp movement. It's because it's not quite September. I know in September you'll have a triple witching at least.
I'm bringing the schedule up.
Okay, and so I got to check because Friday, the end of the day business Friday, it could always be some.
So we're in August. So the triple witching is in September.
Okay, that's what I thought it was in September. So it's always some sketchy work on Fridays, guys. If you just got like a little time, man, check out the last 5 or 10 minutes of trading on a Friday, and you'll see some sketchy trades, man. Some sketchy trades, especially in the stuff we're talking about, Bitcoin, gold, and silver. You'll see
Mm-hmm.
those sketchy trades, and the chart patterns all look the same at the same time of the day.
Okay.
And it's just people with large capital can offload in what we like to call a thinly traded market, and it moves the price. And typically on Monday morning, the price rebounds, but they do this stuff, guys. They've been doing it for a long time. It's
Mm-hmm.
just clockwork. It's just what they do.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry, I keep talking. Sorry, Aaron.
No.
So was that good on the article? Did you want them? Did you want anything on the
No, I
article?
thought the don't matter who wins, it's just gonna be 4 more years of recklessness.
Okay, yeah,
I
man.
thought that was funny.
Yeah, we're used to it, huh?
All right, moving on, moving on.
We're used to the recklessness, man.
Next
Okay.
article.
Yeah, Bitcoin. So this is something I wanted to talk even about before this little rebound today because I got this story late last night. I think I got it late last night. It might have been early in the morning. Yeah, this is from Monday, August 19th, so fairly recent, 2024.
Mm-hmm.
It is from Coin Tribune.
Mm-hmm.
I like Coin Tribune. They give us some good articles. They're talking about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, why BlackRock MicroStrategies stay calm during the dips. So these are some of the largest investors in Bitcoin. And what we want to read about is even when you see the dip, you see the drop, you see it get pushed under 50,000.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's panicking. Um, the people with the most capital and the most skin in the game, as we like to say, stay calm.
Yeah.
And let's see why they stay calm.
So while the crypto market is going through a period of intense turbulence marked
Mm-hmm.
by a sharp drop in Bitcoin, large institutional investors remain unfazed. Far from succumbing to panic, financial giants like BlackRock, Fidelity, Grayscale, and MicroStrategy
Fidelity.
are even
Mm-hmm.
strengthening their positions in Bitcoin, affirming their belief in the long term potential of this cryptocurrency. This unwavering confidence stands in stark contrast to the more impulsive reaction of smaller investors and reveals a fundamental divergence in how to approach the inherent volatility of this market.
Let's break that down because that was a lot of big words right there. A fundamental divergence. Okay, what we saying when we say that?
Like a divergence.
So, but fundamental means it's
Basic.
basic. There we
Basic
go.
split.
We love it. We love it. A lot of fancy
And
words.
inherent volatility just meaning it's going to be volatile.
Man,
That is just
that's
part of
why
its
we here.
nature.
We love it. We love it. The volatility. Put little grades in my hair.
The recent sharp drops in Bitcoin has not caused panic among large institutional holders. BlackRock, Fidelity, Grayscale, and MicroStrategy remain steadfast in their Bitcoin investments.
Mm-hmm.
MicroStrategy, a leader in Bitcoin exposure, has even strengthened its position. So the company now holds 226,500 Bitcoin.
Can I just chime in there?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something. Just in case people don't know, they said they're a leader in Bitcoin exposure.
Okay.
What strategy has done is they allow larger firms to invest without actually holding the asset of Bitcoin, but having access to the volatility,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you can say you were before BlackRock was investing outright in Bitcoin, they were in MicroStrategy. And what
Mm-hmm.
you could do is just buy MicroStrategy stock.
Mm-hmm.
And as Bitcoin price moves, MicroStrategy moves exponentially
Mm-hmm.
both ways, the
Mm-hmm.
good and the bad. So it gives people exposure. Like if you were, say, you were a hedge fund manager
Mm-hmm.
for Fidelity,
Mm-hmm.
you could build a portfolio and put MicroStrategy in there, and that would be your exposure to Bitcoin because you probably can't buy Bitcoin yet
Mm-hmm.
as a fund.
Mm-hmm.
So that's MicroStrategy. That's their claim to fame. If you guys aren't familiar with MicroStrategy, and
So you have Bitcoin by proxy.
yeah, and the Bitcoin OG,
Mm-hmm.
Michael Saylor is there.
So the company has 226,500 Bitcoin acquired for 8.3 billion
Hmm.
at an average price of 36,821 per coin. It's a pretty good price.
Yeah.
BlackRock is not left out. The asset management giant
Hmm.
owns 342,658 Bitcoin, valued at over 22.5 billion
Yeah.
as of July 31st. Fidelity, another pillar of the financial sector, holds 150,120 Bitcoin. The behavior of large financial players contrasts sharply with the panic observed among small investors, which has pushed the fear and greed index to the extreme fear zone with a score of 26 out of 100.
So you've been talking about that for two shows now.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to know the fear index score. We figured it was pretty high. So there you go. You have it 26 out of 100, pretty high. So a lot of people out here fear, uncertainty, and doubt,
Mm-hmm.
except BlackRock.
Except BlackRock. So the long term, a winning bet for major financial players. This resolutely This resolutely optimistic attitude of large institutional investors in the face of Bitcoin's recent drop is not by chance, but rather a reflection of a carefully thought out investment strategy. Unlike small investors, often driven by emotion and fear,
Hmm.
these financial giants see market corrections as opportunities rather than threats. Their long term vision of Bitcoin, which they see not only as an innovative digital asset, but also as a store of value, potentially as solid as gold, drives them to strengthen their positions instead of succumbing to panic.
So that there, they mentioned us, the small investors,
Hmm.
and they say we're driven by emotion and fear. And most small investors are.
They have a lot more to lose
They
because
have a
there's a
lot
lot
more
more
to
at
lose.
risk.
So that's why you see some of the panic
Hmm.
amongst the small investors if you're on social media and you see the talking, but you gotta, in my intent, excuse me, I'm sorry, follow the money
Hmm.
because that makes it simple for you.
Hmm.
You don't have to read charts. You don't have to look at, this bar chart and draw a pattern and find out if it's a bull flag. You don't have to do all that.
Hmm.
If you see BlackRock and MicroStrategies and Fidelity
Hmm.
are investing heavily, even through drops, you know, either if you're not putting money in, be confident that it will be a rebound.
Hmm.
It will be a rebound.
So here they've highlighted in the article for you. That's not me highlighting it. It says by choosing to maintain or even increase their investments despite extreme volatility, BlackRock, Fidelity, Grayscale, and MicroStrategy send a strong message to the entire market. They show that for them, Bitcoin is not merely a speculative asset, but a key element in their future investment strategy.
Mm.
This conviction in the long term potential of the cryptocurrency contrasts sharply with the more nervous reaction of small investors who are often trapped
Yes.
by short-term fluctuations.
Yes, they are.
So this behavior of large institutional investors only reinforces Bitcoin's credibility on the global financial stage. By refusing to be distracted by short-term market movements,
Okay.
these players confirm their confidence in the
So
fundamentals of Bitcoin.
thank you, Aaron, for that. I just want to say something at the end.
Mhm.
So they just said there was players like BlackRock, MicroStrategies. What they're doing is they're switching Bitcoin from what was always kind of seen as a speculative asset, right?
Mhm.
Speculative mean kind of spectate and see what's going on with it,
Mhm.
to now like a tier one treasury reserve asset.
Mhm.
And so as you see BlackRock doing that, game theory plays out
Mhm.
because these other fund managers and fund companies they got to get in line.
Mhm.
If BlackRock's doing it, we got to do it. You know how
Mhm.
businesses do. If their competitor who's better than them is
Mhm.
doing something, then the smaller business who's trying to keep up with the competitor is like, hey, we need to see about doing that too.
Mhm.
And that's where game theory plays in all across the board. And so you'll see smaller funds. Fidelity is new. You notice Fidelity is new to this now. Fidelity just came out a few months ago and said they were adding Bitcoin to their fund. So Fidelity just got in order. Like, all right, we got to do it too. And Fidelity is one of the largest funds in America. So there you go. And like we've said before, when you have a large fund like that, you got board of directors, you got CEOs, all these people. It's hard to make a move like that
Mhm.
without getting everybody on board,
Mhm.
and you got to talk to your
Shareholders.
shareholders. So it could be slow motion for some of the larger companies, but it's coming. It's coming. Don't you worry, because they're doing it.
Mhm.
So no longer asset, now tier one treasury reserve asset.
Mhm.
And that's what we like to see. It's also a $1 trillion asset. And it's $9 million asset commodities. When you talk about gold, silver, it's gonna pass silver up very soon.
Mhm.
Um, oil, stuff like that. $1 million commodities.
Mhm.
A lot of good stuff going on with Bitcoin. So we're happy to see that. Always happy to see that. What do you have, ma'am? I'm sorry, I'm taking up all the time
No,
with these
nothing.
articles.
I just highlighted for them because Fidelity does have the least.
These
Yeah, they have fifty
okay, I
thousand.
think they started the latest one.
Yeah, they started
They got a whole bunch of
but
fund managers.
BlackRock has like twice that,
Yeah, because they've been doing it a little bit longer.
right? So I mean that's significant.
And it
We're
was crazy
talking.
because Larry Fink, the CEO, on record is saying that he didn't like Bitcoin some years ago, and you can find it on YouTube. And then now he did a 180, switched his whole thing. Now he's all in on Bitcoin.
Cousin
He
T.
must know
Willine.
something.
Cousin T. Willine. He
T. Willine.
said BlackRock has no outflows on their ETF.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Did you tell us more if you don't mind? That is very interesting because you can go check out the inflows and outflows of ETFs. Uh, Inflows and outflows, if you understand them. I'm not a big inflow and outflow guy, but I know that it lets you see liquidity, and that's what you want to know when you're trading. You want to know if you have liquidity. People like liquidity. They don't like illiquid assets because it's hard to trade. It's hard to trade when you don't have a lot of liquidity and things like that. So that is interesting. They have no outflows.
Right
Uh,
here it says
that's interesting. Read
BlackRock
it.
BlackRock's ETF had only 1 day of outflows.
Yeah, I was going to read about another ETF. Just this was my next article, Van Eck. I had an article about Van
I can't
Eck,
find that article, y'all.
but I don't know if it's going to say. I don't know if it says anything about the out of the ETF. You can't find the
On this article,
oh
I looked today, so it
yeah, I
should
just got
just
that
be
this morning.
on
Man,
the
Eck is doing their thing. That's a
daily
huge
huddle.
ETF. So we all look at it, see what they're doing. But we see what the ETF doing. So I understand 10 toes down, y'all. 10
So let me
toes
see,
down.
y'all, if I can find this article.
10 toes down.
There we go. I just need to go on their website.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. On to the next one.
You want to do this one next?
Oh, that's the one you had up.
Yeah, I'll do this one. Then I'm going to, I had some interesting articles about precious metals.
Okay.
So I was going to do them in order.
But yeah, do the Bitcoins and then them.
Yeah.
So it says Van Eck executive Matthew Siegel, no affiliation to Beanie Siegel, predicts Bitcoin
Shout out to Beanie
recovery.
Siegel.
Says farmers is gobbling up Bitcoin. Y'all get the joke.
Yeah.
Financial giant Van Eck is buying Bitcoin, according to Matthew Siegel, the firm's head of digital assets research. In a new interview with CNBC, Siegel notes that there have been four sellers in the Bitcoin market, driving the price of the top crypto asset down. So the German government has sold all of its Bitcoin, $2 billion worth. The U.S. government is selling Silk Road related coins. There are two major bankruptcies where creditors have just been paid out, and that's Mt. Gox and Genesis.
Yeah, Mt. Gox.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get all these stupid pop-ups down from y'all.
Yeah, boy.
So with all this selling behind us, there's a typical seasonal pattern where Bitcoin tends to struggle in the 1 to 3 months after the halving, which was in April. And right pre-election, as the market comes to grips with whatever candidate wins, we're in for 4 more years of reckless fiscal policy. Repeated in another article. The history that Bitcoin really hits its stride at that point. So we're buyers here. So you can see that the markets today are getting the sound bites, getting all the same sound bites.
They're getting ready.
So Van Eck is one of a handful of traditional finance firms that launched spot exchange traded funds, or ETFs, tied to Bitcoin and Ethereum this year. The investment management company also filed an application for a Solana ETF with the U.S. Secretaries and the Exchange Commission, or Securities and Exchange Commission. Y'all know as the SEC. And then it just tells you Bitcoin was 59,000 at the time of writing this article. Short article.
So it was a sharp uptick from the time that I got this article this morning, over 61,000. So very nice.
Yeah.
Nice little sharp uptick.
Because this article's from today. It says 5 positions for weight loss, but that
she's getting it in.
that does look like a weight loss position. Calorie burning. All right. It's a family show. It's a family show.
Weight gain now.
If you get pregnant, if you do it wrong. You stupid. All right, y'all. It's a family show. I ain't gonna be showing y'all that. Yeah. Okay. Simon wants to move on to a bit of precious metals.
Oh, precious metals have been doing something interesting, which is nice because a lot of times precious metals are boring, sideways trading. So when you get a little movement and you get some news on precious metals, then it's kind of exciting.
Which one?
So let's see which one goes first.
The silver set?
Man, there was a gold one that was supposed to go first.
I don't have that one. The next article I have is Daddy paying all the bills.
Yeah, that's an interesting article that doesn't really, I don't know. It was interesting.
It's just showing you the times we live in.
Yeah, that's what it was really doing. I was interested and read it. Yeah, man. All right, let's go with the one you just had up.
Silver set?
Yeah, silver set.
The Samsung?
Yeah, Samsung. That's an interesting story. So this is a great story, everyone. So what we got is some breaking news from Samsung. Silver is set to soar on Samsung's solid state battery breakthrough analyst. So they're having some battery breakthroughs, and everybody knows silver as a metal. Mm-hmm. It is also a precious metal, and it's also
industrial metal.
Yeah, so as an industrial metal, it's going to be needed in these EVs, electric vehicles, car batteries.
Mhm.
So Samsung has a breakthrough, as the analysts say.
Gold has a breakout year as the yellow metal surged to new heights above 2,500,
Yeah.
while its gray counterpart silver has struggled to keep pace, but that could soon change, according to one analyst. Just for you guys who, especially like Cryptonomics, I don't know if he's watching. Usually he hops in the chat when he watches. But gold hit its all-time record high, and I believe that was on Monday, the 19th.
Yes. So gold is rolling.
Choo, 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 choo. The silver demand is expected to increase thanks to one new technological development from Samsung. According to retired investment professional Kevin Bambro, Samsung has developed a new solid state battery. The inclusion of silver as a key component, combined with the increasing demand for electric vehicles, means that a demand for the gray metal will soon increase. The key drivers that will ramp up demand for EVs are range, charge time, battery life, and safety.
Mm-hmm.
Samsung's new solid state battery technology, incorporating a silver carbon composite layer for the anode, exemplifies this advancement. Silver's exceptional electrical conductivity and stability are leveraged to enhance battery performance and durability, achieving amazing benchmarks like a 600-mile range. Wow, and a 20-year lifespan and a 9-minute charge. That is incredible.
Yeah.
So for 9 minutes, this battery lasts for 20 years, and I can drive 600 miles on a 9-minute charge battery?
Hey, that sells by silver demand is gonna get crazy.
There's that, but what about the oil tycoons? You would think they try to sabotage all of that. Like, how would they begin to make that? How would they, you know what I mean?
Oh, well, the oil will make it up around the world because everybody else still
Obviously
have
won't
gas.
have the EVs,
Yeah,
like
but
Mexico, right?
yeah,
Because I ain't never seen an EV in Mexico. No, I'm just joking. Mexico City, but not outside of that.
I even see it.
He noted that while official numbers are currently unavailable, estimates show that there could be as much as 5 grams of silver per cell.
It's a lot, y'all. That's a
So
lot.
5 grams of silver per cell in Samsung solid state batteries, meaning a typical EV battery pack containing around 200 cells. Wow, for a 100 kilowatt capacity could require 2.2 pounds for you Americans. We use kilos and stuff like that, but it's 2.2 pounds of silver per vehicle. That's pretty heavy.
It's a lot. A kilo of silver per vehicle. That's a lot of demand.
And for my street people, that's the key. Those of
Yeah.
y'all in the hip hop, that's the key.
That's the key right there. Per vehicle.
With global car production standing at about 80 million vehicles per year, if 20% of these vehicles, and that's just 16 million EVs, were to adopt Samsung solid state batteries, the annual demand for silver would be around 16,000 metric tons.
That's
Because it
way
would be
more.
1 kilo of silver per
And
vehicle.
for the people out there, that I keep up, not as much as I used to, but I keep up on what's coming out of the ground because that's important too. That is far more than
They
is coming
can,
out of the
yeah.
ground. I believe it's a little less than 10 metric tons
Mhm.
that they get out of the ground.
Yeah.
And so
That demand would.
that's 50% or 60% more. That's 60% more than what is actually coming out the ground. And that's where you probably would see maybe a crazy price swing. So that's why we stay patient.
But they would also have to open the mines back up. You have to get people back out there.
Yeah, and
That's the tricky part, the
that's the
conundrum, because the mines are closed now because they care about the people. I mean, to be honest, like the way the silver mines are run, they make it feel like Sierra Leone, right? For the occupational hazards and the ecological hazards that go along with mining the silver, which is why it's slowed down, productivity slowed down so much in mining.
Yeah. I think the mines are back open. I seen an interview with Keith Newmeyer.
Mm-hmm.
His mine down in
El
Dorado,
Mm-hmm.
Mexico is back open. So his is open, but there's some other mines down there. I believe Mexico is the number one producer of silver, and then I believe Peru is number 2.
Okay.
So there we go. That's what
Now it does say this will represent a significant portion of the current global silver production. So now we're talking global, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is approximately 25,000 metric tons annually, highlighting the substantial impact on the silver market. This alone presents a bullish trajectory for silver and doesn't even account for demand from the solar industry, right? We haven't even taken into consideration
Solar
the
panels.
the initiatives that they're having for the solar panels and stuff, especially with the Harris Waltz administration, because you
Okay.
remember that the
The,
green
the green
initiatives were
initiative,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. Do 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 do. So add to the fact that silver is already in a deficit with the industrial demand from the solar industry pushing total yearly consumption ahead of supply,
Hmm.
right? So you're noticing that the demand is way ahead of the supply, all in this article. So we don't even have any silver capacity to spare. He provided some caveats to this thesis, saying perhaps 5 grams might be high. Perhaps 20% will prove low for the solid state battery penetration into the auto industry, and
Mm-hmm.
it could be as much as 50% or greater looking at the 10 to 15 years out. For me, it's just another reason to expect silver markets to tighten up further and the price of silver to take a run at its all time inflation adjusted high of $200 per ounce. Lord, from this person's mouth to your ears.
Yeah. Great that they said that inflation adjusted. The all-time high for silver is $50,
Mm-hmm.
and it happened in 1980.
Hmm.
So what they're
I wasn't
saying
even
is,
born yet, y'all.
so that's interesting because that means $50 in 1980 is $200 now. Um, that all-time high is incredible. If silver has very hard resistance at $30,
Very hard resistance. That's why I said,
yes.
Lord, from
If
this man's mouth
if
to
it
your
can break through
ears.
$30, then it has a lot of room to run.
Because it says it'll likely be seen in the next decade or so.
Yeah.
If estimates of the true short position bullion banks currently carry in the silver market that the price could be much sooner. All one needs to do is look back at the silver chart of the 1970s. And he went back to the 1980s. He didn't go as far back as the 70s, but to see how explosive the precious metal can move skyward when a true shortage develops and speculations decide to hoard. Speculators, I'm sorry,
Yeah, speculators
like us, decide to hoard.
speculators out.
My bet is we will hoard, according to a report written by Enrico Punsalong at I'm trying to read in Spanish, y'all. Right apart. Samsung is already working with big automakers to incorporate its SS battery tech into EVs in development. The firm has signed an agreement with Toyota to begin mass production of the SS batteries in 2027, with
Mm-hmm.
Lexus vehicles scheduled to be among the first to integrate the new technology.
Mm-hmm.
Punsalang noted that one thing that will hinder a faster rollout of SS battery enabled EVs is the fact that these ultra fast charging batteries require some pretty solid infrastructure for you to get the claimed 9-minute charge time. If we look at China, whose EV makers offer similar charging speeds, 480 kilowatts and sometimes even 600 kilowatt chargers are an absolute must. But even in China, charging stations of this capacity are far and few in between. I was just thinking that, like, where would those charging
It's
stations
just
be
being.
held? They'd definitely be in Cali. Shango ain't on here, but
So you telling me you can't just in your garage?
you can't just you know them outside what you do your
Yeah, the
landscaping
orange
with,
one, yeah.
their orange extension cord. I thought I
Plug
could
it
just
in.
plug it in there, or I could even plug it in my
Yeah,
the dryer
dryer.
input. Cousin Jake is on here. That's so funny. Ooh, cousin Luciana. That's such a pretty name. We need more of us in
Yeah,
crypto. You mean us ladies? I see print cards, so
I
I'm
think
assuming she means
so. I
ladies.
think so.
Ladies.
It,
Jake Fever said, tell Bitcoin Zay and King I can run the morning show today. We was thinking the same thing. Like, do y'all need us to fill in for you? We can like get some people to fill in from day to day.
well, no, they gone, man. I don't know.
He said I could use Ecamm to No, honestly, you would use this, cousin Jake. This restream is for everybody on the network. That's why a lot of the shows look the same.
Yeah, pop in. You can do it.
But yeah, you should just here. I'm gonna send you the restream stuff. You just do it. Cousin H, love without a limit to the Simon family, health, wealth, and continued knowledge of self. Thank you, cousin.
Thank you for everybody popping in.
But y'all, wow, silver is still 20 some odd dollars an ounce. this would be a great time to get going if you wanted to speculate on this.
There you go. More speculation, guys.
I don't have to read all of this. They're just
Uh,
going more into what they're doing with the EVs and the forecast of that particular market and so on and so forth. But the idea being like, hey, there's a new innovative technology. Y'all know Samsung is like next after Apple. So if they can really get that going, they said by 2027, y'all keep in mind September, October, November, December, we are 4 months away from 2025.
This is true. We are about to end. We're about to be. I mean, yeah, we're in quarter 3. So
But we're
right
like
there.
at the bare end of quarter 3. When you blink, it's gonna be October 1st, day one, quarter 4.
Mm.
Shit. And then you're gonna blink again, it's gonna be Christmas.
Yeah, and like
Y'all know once October hit, you're done. Right. They already got Christmas decorations and stuff up at the supermarket and at Walmart and stuff like that. Yeah, she did mean ladies, just us. She said
just the
black people,
ladies.
just us, just us.
Yeah, you gotta
Oh,
get
look, we
them.
got another one.
If
Joey A. Hey, beautiful
you gotta,
Sonic Baby.
we have to have the ladies, uh, be the recruiters, and get more black ladies into the space.
Yeah, y'all got all that money to be sending Miss Harris for her. She don't need y'all money. She got money.
Oh no, I'm
Y'all
just telling
sending
you.
her $2, $3, $4,000. They was calling it BBL money. I thought that was funny. They said black women been sending Kamala Harris BBL money for her. That's money though, right? Because we're talking like 3 to 15,000 out of people's personal bank accounts.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean,
Oh, there go cousin Shango. He is on here, but he's not in his final form.
okay, he's not in his final form.
Mm-mm.
So,
He's got his Clark Kent glasses on. He's
and
J. Walter Smith.
yeah, the crypto space is a very interesting space, because as I have learned over time, it's like you got the crypto space, and then you got the Bitcoin space.
Yeah, and
And
people
so,
like to use it simultaneously,
yeah,
but
so like you got a lot of Bitcoin maxis. I mean, I
they're
don't
not the
know,
same.
they're different, right? And so you have a lot of them, and then you have people who like to speculate with altcoins, which is different, right?
Y'all,
It's
excuse
different.
me.
So there's a different mindset in those two investors. But nonetheless, we would like to see more of our young women in the space all together.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be nice. We need that, man. We need some
She
balance.
said, Luciana said, whatever capacity an individual, wait, hold on.
We
She
need some
said,
balance.
whatever capacity an individual can tolerate, steep learning curve, we got to grab some of that capital. Girl, I know.
Yeah.
Cousin Shango said, don't get me started on that. It's good to see y'all, man. It is good to see all of you guys. It's
Yeah, it's
great to
good.
see
It's
y'all.
good to see you guys, man.
Especially since we down 2 channels because I don't know where Zay and King at.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know, man. We're waiting.
Jay
We're
said, I
patiently
ain't sending
waiting.
nobody money. You should have wrote that in all caps.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They need to send me some money for my vote. But as of now, Trump got my vote because I'm voting for Bitcoin.
There we go.
Luciana said Bitcoin equals savings. But I don't know if y'all know, but I was telling Simon in the car that Simone Biles donated $4 million to the Harris Waltz
Yeah.
campaign
Campaign.
fund. I said
And
$4 million. Like that was a lot of hard work for you to generate that money and the discipline of your industry. Like gymnastics, I ain't nothing to play with. That's discipline,
yeah,
and
so
only for her to turn around and be like, she ain't gonna do nothing special for black folk anyway. But maybe she do something special for Simone Biles since she donated the money. So maybe it's something like that, like
something
a
like that, man.
quid pro quo. You rub
There
my
we
back, I'll
go.
rub yours.
Yeah, so we can't co-sign that, man. We just can't co-sign that. We love Simone Biles as
Gymnast?
a gymnast and Olympic. She's an Olympic legend.
Yeah.
We love her for that, but man, we can't co-sign that.
4 million.
Can't co-sign this. Man. I don't co-sign. I mean, but let's read another one. I got one more. I lost the other one that I want.
All right, DJ Khaled.
But
Where are we going?
so this is fxstreet.com.
No, that doesn't help, baby.
And we're going to talk about some projections. Now, when we talk about projections, everybody has a number, right? When we go out there, even when we do the Bitcoin projections, everybody got numbers, 250,000. Somebody says it's going to be 1 million. All these numbers are out there. I personally...
I accidentally X'd out of it.
Okay. All
sorry,
right.
I'm sorry.
I personally
Hi,
love
Freedom Ring.
Hey, what's up, Freedom Ring? What's up? What's up? I personally love I can't get it back.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do.
I personally love Plan B. You know, I love his stock to flow model. Yeah, stock to flow model that he has, and it's tracking. It's tracking. If you go look Plan B on Twitter, he puts out good content, good charts, good articles. He's not shit posting, if you will, all day long. So it's good, solid articles, good, solid information. But he has a great stock to flow model that you see Bitcoin tracking. It's right on. It's right. He has it drawn out, and it is right in line. So I really like his projection. His projection seems really accurate, and you don't see the Bitcoin price fall outside of the stock to flow ratio. Doesn't really break above, and it doesn't fall below. You just see it ride in the stock to flow ratio up. And he's a solid dude. He's some kind of trader. He's some kind of a phantom trader over there in Europe. Trader, hedge fund manager, and we can't really know who he is because he works for a company that would be
that company know he got that podcast. You think they don't know that man voice?
I know, right? His voice was crazy.
T. Willon, I can't read your comment without getting this whole channel dropped down, but I get it. Jake Fever, Simone would have been better given that 4 million in pieces, right, in parts to individual Black women who need it to like start businesses and stuff. I agree, right? Like an angel fund.
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
But Luciana said she likes Plan B.
Oh, she like Plan B. Yeah, Plan B's that dude.
But
man.
they know that he got that podcast.
They know who he is.
Yes.
He can't go to work and be like
all his co-workers and colleagues probably follow his platform.
Yeah, but he don't show his face, so I guess that's the main thing.
Like that Mike likes to keep it close to his chest, huh? I don't know who it really is, but you know his co-workers know who it is.
But yeah, he has a great model that stays in line, and so you don't really, because people just kind of throw numbers out there and they get you hyped. It's something be 100,000.
Bitcoin gonna be $2 million by October 1st.
And we love that. We Bitcoiners, we love to see the number go up. NGU.
But they do it with all of them. They say XRP going to be $60 by
it's gonna be 60
Halloween. It's not 60 cents yet. But they do.
But like number
go up.
Yeah, remember it's conversely the dollar will go down.
Yeah.
So your dollars will be worth less. You'll go to the store.
Oh boy.
Toilet paper will be way up. Eggs, milk, all the stuff we need every day.
Y'all, we got 4 children. We ready to give up for adoption.
Man,
we're gonna give them up in order who eat the most. So Tino Bino, he first in line. I gotta give him away to somebody because that baby be eating us out of the house.
This dude got a bowl. He just bring you a bowl and walk away.
And then he'd be like, Mommy, can you whip up a cake? And then when I give him the look of death because I've been at work all day and I'm tired, he'd be like, you can make it from the box. I know you're tired. Just make it from the box. Yeah, that's how obnoxious and spoiled our children are. You don't have to make it from, he doesn't say from scratch because I don't think he know what that means. But he'd be like, you can make it from the box. It's okay.
Well, yeah, they just entirely eat too much.
Oh, man. Boy.
Yeah, you know, we have 4 boys. They just entirely eat too much.
We can keep Sean now because he got his own money.
So when we go to when we go to the grocery store, we got a eagle eye on prices. Like we should. I wanted to do a whole show about prices, but I don't know the prices in the United States like that, so it would be kind of skewed to Mexico. But the price is on the rise. You hear it everywhere.
But we really shouldn't be complaining Oh,
So
look, it went from 1940 to 1928.
that ain't bad. Look at that movement. Can you show them that?
No, but they didn't see the movement this morning. Oh, you talking about this chart right here?
Yeah. What's that? A 1 day chart? Let me see that 5 day chart. The 5 day chart.
That's the 1 month chart. This is the 1 day chart.
Yeah, that 1 day chart look crazy.
I don't know if they'll. Well, I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. So this is the chart we have to use every single day, right? It's how many dollars, how many pesos I need for $1 because obviously all of our stuff starts in dollars.
Yeah, and then degrade.
This morning, this was 1938.
Oh, what day are you on? The 1 month?
I'm on the 1 day.
What's it? Hit it at the bottom, right here at the low of the day. See what it was at the low of the day.
1897.
Look at that. At the low of the day, it was 1897.
And at the high of the day was 1938. Well, 39. We saw that 1938.
Yeah.
And
that's
now,
a big move for
this is currency. This is just a day.
Yeah. And currencies don't really move like
that. They don't
that.
swing like this.
This is very volatile for a currency. So the Mexican peso, there's an article I have in there about why the Mexican peso is down. I didn't read it because it's kind of specific, particular to people who have who are in Mexico or who trade the Mexican peso. So if you don't do that, that's why I didn't bother.
But I'm bringing this chart up because, like, we're complaining about how expensive stuff is, and what happens is you become what I like to call a peso snob, right?
There we go.
So yesterday, Simon, y'all know Simon ain't going to eat chicken ever again for the rest of his life, right?
Come on, y'all. It almost took me out. It almost took me out.
So
man.
Yesterday, he was like, babe, let's make some fish and some shrimp. I said, okay. So we like whole fish or whatever. And he said, get some shrimp. So we got these ginormous, I wish you had one on your plate.
Oh, a tiger shrimp.
We got these ginormous tiger shrimp. They're almost the size of prawn. We get 2.2 pounds of it for $10.37.
Hey, tiger shrimp. And shout out to my Hebrew Israelites out there.
You're not supposed to be eating the shrimp, right? Hebrew Israelites. But that's why I said we become almost like peso snobs. Because
she's become a peso. Come on now.
You said that you have a tight budget for y'all. We get, is the cereal up here? The Pops?
Yeah. Well, they took it. I told them they could take it.
Okay. It is a ginormous box of corn pops. I wish it was up here. It's $4.98 and it's over 600 grams of cereal.
That one, 900.
900 grams of cereal for $4.98, and that's high as hell for a cereal because the average cereal here in East Oaxaca is about 65 pesos.
We've been here.
A regular box of cereal is $3.37.
And remember, we've been in Mexico since 2017, so we remember what prices were. So
the good old days.
We're just looking at prices creep up, and it's not 10% inflation. It's not 20%. For example, something that we buy often is like canola oil, right? Is that what you buy, canola oil?
Yes.
So canola cooking oil.
It used to be
18 pesos when I used to buy it. I used to get it for 18
It's twice that now. It's about 40 pesos now.
So we're looking at over 100% inflation on cooking oil. And
it's over a liter of oil is $2.07. That's why I said, we're talking to you guys. We shouldn't be complaining, but
it's not the yeah, we are peso snobs in that regard, but it's the percentage that really bothers me.
How much is this at the store? This is a liter of water.
I don't buy those no more.
Okay, I buy them.
I think they're overpriced.
So a liter, this is 1.2 liters. It used to be 1.5 shrinkflation. No, baby, this is 12 pesos at the mini super.
Okay, I don't drink.
So let's see what. I don't know how much a liter of water of over a liter. How would that be? That would be over 40 ounces.
Man, now you got me going that way.
Because it's a liter. They wouldn't know liter. Their water would be in ounces.
I'm sure 4 liters is a gallon. Come on, y'all.
No, not 4 liters. How many ounces would...
I could go backwards that way, but I know
what we can just Google it.
Well, yeah.
How many ounces...
Come on, man. I know about
is 1.2 liters.
So
it's over 40 ounces. 40 ounces.
So what happens?
Like a 40. And obviously we can get 40 ounces of water for 62 cents. I think a little bottle of water where y'all are is
That's why I say
99 cents.
I would love to have somebody who lives in the United States of America who's maybe an avid shopper, has a family, so they just like always on the prices, because that's how I am, man. I'm on the prices hardcore, and we buy the same things for the most part. So you notice.
Y'all on that carry trade with the Mexican peso.
So
He said he went to home. That cousin Jake said y'all on that carry trade with the Mexican peso.
Okay.
Cousin T said I went to Whole Foods last week and 16 ounces of organic coconut water was $10.
Damn,
coconut
son.
water?
We drink coconut water.
I'll get that, y'all. So cousin T said, y'all still screen sharing? You can't see. Y'all can't see it? Y'all tell me if y'all can see when I'm doing the exchange. He said, are you still screen sharing? Because we can't see. Let me start it over again. Cousin T, we're going to show you one more time. And anybody else who's interested in like, hey, I bought a box of cereal, it costs this. I'll just show you how much it would cost here. But Cousin T Willine said he spent $10 damn on 16 ounces. So that is way less than half of this.
But we know conversely, 16 ounces when we go down to the mini super is about what, 25 pesos?
Yeah.
If you get the with squaring on?
He paid 100. We wouldn't pay. What do we pay? We get 20 liters of water, Cousin T Willine. 20 liters of water.
50 pesos.
It's 48 pesos, right?
53 now.
So $2.49 gets us. Y'all know the water, the water cooler. They don't know what a Garrafon is, but the water cooler water, that's 20 liters here. So that big thing that you put inside of a water cooler, we get that for $2.49. He paid 192 pesos for 16 ounces of coconut. How much is coconut water here?
I just said 25 pesos.
25 pesos is what I pay. And so we get a liter of that, Cousin T Willine, for $1.30.
Yeah, and the problem with that is the water used to be 20 pesos for 20 liters. Now it's 50 pesos for 20 liters.
But see, he mad about that, and we're complaining.
That's over 100%.
Cousin T Willine paid 192 pesos for 16 ounces of coconut water. They're giving it away on the street.
Yeah, they are giving it away on the street. Because people don't really drink coconut water here in Mexico like that. You know, in America, it's a health kick. So a lot of people are trying to do they try to do the right thing, like Spike Lee said.
So Luciana said a single regular ass water is $3, but about how many ounces is that, Luciana? Is it 8 ounces, 12 ounces, 16 ounces? I haven't been in the US for a couple years now.
Do you want to share your screen?
But she said it's $3. 57, we get 20 liters. Oh, y'all might want to know how much 20 liters is.
What happens is, this is where we talk about the arbitrage, where you can get stuff cheaper. You know, you got to have some trade-offs. We got some trade-offs.
So 20 liters is 676 ounces of water.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I
know it's heavy.
So we get 676 ounces of water for $2.59.
Yeah.
He said, I didn't buy it. I just walked out the damn store. Cousin T crazy. How much is the good stuff? Lobster, filet mignon, Hennessy, tequila. I'm going to tell you, Cousin Jake.
Oh, I can tell you about tequila.
The filet mignon is so cheap that our children requested. They be like, can we go to steakhouse and order some filet mignon? So how much does that cost?
So beef is really cheap. Beef here is cheap.
How much is that ribeye that I get you per ounce? Per kilo, do you remember?
Nah, because I just buy it like the last one I bought was 97.
97 pesos?
Yeah, that big. I mean, it's pretty big. I don't know what you thought about. You cooked
it. It was ginormous. It was at least 8 ounces. So we got an 8-ounce ribeye for $5.03. That's us cooking it. But Cousin Jake wanted to know, we go to a Brazilian steakhouse where they have filet mignon.
All you can eat.
But I can't shrimp, all of that good stuff.
I can't eat much, Jake.
They don't have lobster, though, Cousin Jake. And what is it, $2.99 a person?
Yeah, $1.99 a person.
$1.99 a person. I just
seen this.
So it's $10.32 for everybody to eat, except obviously the children.
Yeah, all you can eat.
So Luciana, that 12-ounce steak cost us $5. The 8-ounce steak, I'm sorry, sweetheart. The 8-ounce steak cost us $5.
And yeah, beef is really cheap. And if you like beef, I don't eat beef too much, red meat.
Tequila. So Jake's asking about tequila. Let's get like
so tequila,
good tequila.
So you understand that most tequila is comes from Jalisco, Mexico.
Yeah, so it's domestic.
Some of these high end tequila brands that you guys buy in the United States, we get for cheaper.
So like Patron costs, like Don Julio costs what?
Don Julio is,
you got one right there,
900 pesos for a liter.
So it was 900 pesos. So 1 liter of Don Julio, but that's Don Julio 70.
That is Don Julio
70, right?
No, it's another name, but it's high end.
So the Don Julio 70, Cousin Jake, is about $46
for a liter.
Simon likes to buy me Moet. It's a champagne. It costs $9.50.
No.
The Moet?
No.
How much does the Moet cost?
It's $1,400.
Oh, it's $1,400.
Yeah, it's about.
No, the green one's $900. You buying the rose one or something?
The rose one is $75.
Yeah, the rose one. That's about right. He buys the rose one for me. Yep, $77.
What's up, buddy?
So, anybody have any other questions? I don't know how much Hennessy costs, Cousin Jake, because we don't drink Hennessy it. Tell me how much it costs in the United States, and we'll do the conversion.
Hennessy's hard to come by here.
Jake said, Simon, you got to get right. So the day I pop up, we can really hang, bro. Yeah, because it's so cheap, right?
Yeah. I'll be ready. You know, I'm always ready.
Jake gonna come with an empty suitcase and just fill it up with tequilas and all types of stuff at his bar.
Jake, I'll tell you one thing too, man. Because you're in Mexico and this is where they make the tequila, you'll find a lot of low-key tequilas you never heard of that are really, really good.
Yeah, I took him on a tequila jersey. Oh, let me see if I can pull it up for y'all.
It's a tequila tour.
Since we sharing stuff. Here, baby.
Hey, man, get your little fingers together.
Mom, you can open the garbage for me?
Doing all these bags.
Tequila World.
Okay. I bought you rubber gloves, but it's okay.
No, Reggie broke them.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys.
What's the name of the hotel?
It is not.
It's not Fiesta Americana.
It's the Royale.
Camino Royale. Thank you.
There we go. It's Royale. Great hotel, by the way, guys. You can get you like some nice high-end things in there if you're into that. I'm not, but they got nice and here one of the nice tequilas they have. If you like tequila, is it Doble Maestro?
The Doble Maestro.
Doble Maestro comes in a very nice presentation in a wooden box, and the bottle has a nice presentation. Everything about it, man, says quality.
This is for Cousin Jake.
And it tastes good.
It has nothing to do with what we talk about, but he's asking now.
Oh, my bad.
So the Camino Real has this thing called a tequila matchmaker. They have a thing called Tequila World inside the Camino Real, which is a high-end hotel for like the governors and stuff like that. Yeah. So I was taking Simon on like a tequila journey. So every week I would get like one of these. I would have the nice little card and everything for him.
It's pretty cool, man. And then sometimes I would come and actually physically go to the world.
And we would pick it up to see how nice it looks.
Yeah, it's a nice hotel, man. I don't know what the rooms look like.
Oh yeah, me either. I can tell you what.
But the lobby is.
It won't do it. The Casa del Tequilero hotel at the Camino Real. It's like a tequila where I don't know why they got these janky ass pictures on here. Ain't nobody gonna. Anyway, it's actually really nice. It's really classy. Yeah, I wish I could show it to you.
It's a nice spot, man.
Cousin Jake, do you know Black people consume 95% of the rosé champagne market?
Yeah,
I did not know that. Cousin Jake said $40 for Hennessy. Damn, that's high as hell.
Yeah, I had a friend come here and he wanted some white Hennessy. We couldn't find it.
I did. It was at Garris.
Did he get it?
Yeah. Hennessy cost? No, he didn't get it. I'm telling you, say Garris. We weren't by Garris. It wasn't at Alianza. Okay. But we have white Hennessy.
Remember
at
we
Garris.
Brought him out here that one day, but we didn't go to Garris.
We didn't go to Garris.
Okay.
Hennessy cost 770 pesos. That about right?
Yeah, Hennessy was imported, so it's gonna hit us harder over here.
He's saying that's how much it costs there. I'm asking if that looked right to you. We don't buy Hennessy, so I'm not
Nah,
sure.
I think Hennessy's gonna get over 1,000 pesos.
You think so? Because they have to import it.
Yeah, it's imported. So this is the good thing about being in Mexico.
Because tequila's domestic.
It's domestic, so you good on tequila. When we went to El Salvador, so for example, we went to El Salvador, so I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm asking the guy, he works at like the front gate, and I asked, I said, hey, what kind of alcohol do you guys drink here? And he said, whiskey. I said, oh man, whiskey. So I walked up to the store, and that's what it was. It was whiskey, scotch, stuff like that. I don't drink that stuff.
All right.
So then I was looking for tequila, and the lady was like, no. Like, what are you talking about?
We got all the cousins held.
We talking no tequila, El Salvador.
We got all y'all held captive for cousin Jake's alcohol questions, but I'm just going to take them on a little trip. So, cousin Jake, this is the Maestro Doble. It's
Yeah.
Dobel, but we say Doble. This is the one I get for Simon. It says 600, and so let's.
When you get those, Aaron, I think they're giving 150 million.
I want to see how much it costs in the U.S.
Oh man, it's imported from Jalisco.
630. So it's only $32, Jake, here. But you said Aaron Rodgers' friend owns it, so let's see what the Maestro Doblo.
Oh, for
whatever.
real? I didn't know that, man.
That's what he just wrote.
Come on, I gotta keep up with the chat. Okay, so Aaron Rodgers' friend own that.
Okay, so it's $32 here. Let's see what it is in the United States.
Plata, not the.
No, I'm gonna look for the bottle. So this is the one I just showed you. Ours is $32. Yours is $48. So it's not too bad. This looks fly.
That's $16.
I mean, I know, but they had to import it, so I'm counting that in.
Okay, so yeah, if you come down here, cousin Jay, we got nice tequila.
Is it the blue one you talking about, cousin Jay? Is it that one that you like?
The blue one?
Because he said it looked like a lab flask.
Oh, not lab flask.
Yeah, that looked fly. That looked like. All right, the cousins are like, that's enough for the tequila conversion prices.
Yeah, but you can't get good prices on tequila and lots of other things.
But Jake, you would get obviously a break, and I think $16 is over the course of however many bottles you're trying to do. If you came here and bought 10 bottles of something, you would probably save over 160, if not more.
If I didn't know if Aaron wants to share this screen or not. So it was in Twitter a couple of days ago, and an interesting back and forth on Twitter with Lynn Alden. Not me personally, but people in general. I'm just reading the Twitter feed and some of the comments.
Do I have? I don't think I have Twitter.
If you don't have Twitter on here, I mean, it's just the comments you would read. But
hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can log in on Chrome. I can. I'm already logged in. Okay, cool. I'm just looking for Lynn Alden.
So go ahead and hit the bell.
Hit the bell.
And then look for Lynn Alden's notification. That was the last time she had it right here.
This one?
About grocery stores. So this is a thread here we were talking about.
Is it this first thread?
Yeah, this first thread.
All
so
right.
Lynn Alden was talking about this is because people were talking about price gouging at grocery stores, which we were just talking about before we got
hold on.
We got derailed.
Okay, cousin Jake. All right, I'm gonna look that up for you as soon as we done. No, there goes Shango girlfriend.
Who's that? What?
Shango, Shango got a crush on Lynn Alden.
Oh yeah. Yes, indeed, man.
But cousin Jake, before we go, I'm gonna look that up for you and see how much it costs. Okay, so Lynn Alden.
So Lynn Alden was going. She popped in because people were talking about price gouging at grocery stores, right? So this is in the U.S. market. So Lynn Alden wrote, grocery stores have razor thin profit margins, and people are talking about.
But wait, that's not what we're looking at.
About them price gouging.
What are we looking at?
You would have just had to go on a notification. You might have went.
I did what you said. No, I went right here.
Go back one more.
Go back one more. What?
Just hit the back button. Go to notifications. Don't hit Lynn Alden. Just hit the thread.
Did I go too far? I think I went too far.
Right,
she right here. Yeah. So grocery stores have razor thin profit margins, and people are talking about them price gouging. If I click on that, that should be it, right? There we go.
Right there.
Okay. Sorry, y'all. I hit the wrong thing.
That's okay. So they're talking about price gouging. So then you got people jumping in. They say Kroger does price gouge. Prices are way too high than other big chains.
And this is different than the mobile, babe.
Yeah, Lynn Alden says if they cut their prices by 1.5, every chain has unique costs and pricing details. If Kroger is higher peers, then the answer would be Kroger. So she's simply saying if you can pinpoint that Kroger is the most expensive.
So what is she showing you here?
So right there in that, she is showing profit, the profit margin of Kroger, because she got KR there. I said it's so small. I know who she was actually doing. Okay. So she's saying right here, Kroger, as of today's profit, the
is
margin
only 1.43%. It's not what we think it is.
Yeah, so that's why people say they're price gouging, raising the prices so that they get their profit margin up, which is against the law, but not to put past anybody, it could be happening.
So she's saying, yeah, they have decent margins for running a complex business, but not margins higher than 20 years ago.
Yeah, so as you can see, the profit margin of running a grocery chain it's getting smaller and smaller. As she says, 20 years ago, it was a very profitable business. Now you're barely breaking even.
So she's saying here too, if they cut prices by even 1.5%, they would lose money.
Yeah.
Every chain has unique costs and pricing detail. If Kroger is higher than their peers, then the answer would be obviously to avoid Kroger, which is what he just read. But I couldn't figure out how to use the stupid one on the laptop.
It's different. I don't.
I was like, how do I get the damn messages?
I really don't go over here to the laptop.
Yeah, we use it on the phones. I never use Twitter on here. I didn't even think I was logged in.
But she had just different back and forth. But one of the things she brought up, I don't know if we'll be able to find it because it was such a long thread with so many posts. She really brought up the real reason that the prices are up is because if you overlay the prices being up with the new money being put into supply, they match. So the prices are up because more money is in supply.
Because they keep flooding.
And see people, Joe Bag of Donuts, the middle class, the lower middle class, people don't understand that the more money's in supply because they like,
we don't have any.
But we don't have any of it. Yeah,
right.
But it's
I agree with that.
It's out there though. Somebody get it. It's out there. So it's out there. And so something that she says is very important. Don't look at just people raising prices. Look at the weakness of your dollar. Now, say for example, you would have to overlay this chart. Do some intricate math. Oh, sorry.
I'm not reading your comment, Jay.
I just I haven't opened my host.
God.
Not reading it.
Is it what's the name of it?
Oh,
Money
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
It's called Money What? Broken Money? Is it Broken Money, Cousin Jay?
Yeah, it's Broken Money.
Well, Simon was reading it. I read a chapter. It reads like a textbook.
It is because she's going through the history. It starts kind of boring.
It's a very comprehensive, well-written, technical read.
There you go. Good.
I say that with my eyes closed, y'all, because that's how comprehensive it is. He said respectfully, of course, I'm happy for her and her husband. That's so funny.
But what Lynn Alden was saying is look at the dollar supply. You guys are looking
that's what Luciana was saying.
You're looking at the price go up, but look at the dollars in circulation go up. And let that tell you how your prices
that sizzle in your soul.
And so it was a good back and forth on here. Lynn Alden is also good on Twitter because she has real conversations. She doesn't.
Yeah, Shango, you can actually get her to answer you.
Yeah, she doesn't shit post. She just posts real things. She interacts with
her following.
With her followers. So she's good to follow. And she gives good information with updates. She gives charts. So Lynn Alden is a good follow. But what she's telling you is Walmart's profit margin is about 3%. And so.
But I like this answer. So this guy said Kroger paid CEO Rodney McMullen $21 million last year. I'm sorry, $21.1 million last year. She said, which is 0.014% of the company's revenue. So even if you pay them zero, that's about how much you can shave off of prices.
Yeah, and the numbers, man, because they move exponentially when you see them. You have to understand that these businesses are in it to make a profit. So you'll see it. I don't know if they're price gouging, but you'll see it just across the board because what happens is everybody's price goes up. Now, a lot of things that people don't think about, but you should also keep an eye on is supply chain and supply chain costs because that's how Kroger receives their goods
Mm-hmm.
through trucking. Through trucking, I think Kroger has their own trucking.
It's a family show. Watch your language.
What was Kroger has trucking? What is
Nothing,
he even
nothing.
talking about?
Nothing.
I'm talking about delivery trucks. I don't know what she's talking about.
You get the joke.
I don't. I totally missed this one. So yeah, Kroger, Walmart, they have their own trucks, larger chains.
That's better.
But understand that the delivery of the delivery of
even that made you laugh.
I don't know what we're laughing at. The delivery of goods is more expensive.
Yes.
You have to pay the workers more, so that's more expensive. Everything's more expensive. The insurance. So you got somebody driving cross country. The insurance to insure the truck driver
because they're bonded.
More expensive.
They have to bond.
Everything's more expensive. So
of gas to gas the damn truck up.
So of course we feel it.
I don't know what it is to replace them tires.
Oh man, you always see them tires on the highway.
Tires be all over the damn highway.
All those damn retreads on the highway. The tires just blow all the time.
Plus, they have to pay for the tolls. I mean, if you started really counting it out, I get exactly what she's saying, right?
Yeah.
Because every business has some type of operating cost, and they have to make a profit.
And because,
but look how thin that margin is, 1.43%. She's right.
And that's Kroger.
And that's probably Hawkeye cost. Don't y'all do a thing more than what y'all are doing.
How does Kroger? My mother retired from Kroger. All in all, I would say Kroger treats their employees very well.
Pretty good. I've never heard anybody complain.
If you guys know anything different, but it's unionized, and she got a nice retirement. She worked there close to 30 years.
Now, she worked at a Kroger in a nice neighborhood where families live. She did not work on the one in the cut.
She did not. She did not work in the
by the hospital where we used to work at. So when we say that,
so
families used to go and tell her hello and stuff.
Yeah, and the reason I say that because their number one competitor, Walmart, is notorious for treating their employees bad.
Like crap.
So Kroger, from what I know, treats their employees very well. And Publix, of course.
Publix treats they say, I don't know how true that is, but they say that they treat their employees like the best in the market.
Everybody's happy when we go to Publix.
I think Target Target employees look happier.
That's where you go to Target.
Than Walmart employees.
I think everybody might be hungry.
Everybody's happier than Walmart employees, right? Are they happy at Costco? Not Costco, at Sam's?
Yeah.
So Sam's employees are happier than Walmart, even though they're kind of the same.
They seem happier, like when you walk in there, people ready to help you. Everything.
I like Costco better than Sam's, but Sam's is cheaper than Costco.
So let me tell you this. So one thing I want to touch on, because what she just damn it.
If you own assets, so this is Luciana. She's very, very, very adept.
Cam up, Luciana.
It says the price of things has to rise. If you own assets, you'll benefit from inflation. If you're a consumer, you will suffer under it. That is what we need to teach the women, right? Because men say that, right? Men have that. Women are the consumers in the market.
Yeah.
So that is a lot of what
they'll say it's close to the 80th percentile for women.
I think it was higher though.
So
because there's a lot more women than men, and then you start looking at salary adjusted,
especially with age adjusted,
right? Right, and just the way women consume. Where we're talking, obviously, the retail market. But the food industry, with the amount that if you went to a restaurant, you don't have to even do no real scientific
don't do it.
method, right? You go to a restaurant, look around, and I am 1,000% sure you're going to see way more women than men consuming, eating in that restaurant. Now, if you go to a bar, it's going to be a lot more men than women. Maybe.
No, hopefully not. Hopefully
Maybe.
not.
If you go to a dive, it'll be a lot more men than women. But
those little shit.
But like, yeah, all those places they say don't take, see how many women are there. So none of that ever made sense to me.
I just wanted to circle around one more point about what Lynn Alden was saying before I got off and forgot it. Mm-hmm. She was talking about the razor thin margins of grocery stores.
Yes.
Kroger, she showed being less than 1.5%.
1.43.
And so what we have here is a lot of times you will hear in the Black community, we need more people to open up Black grocery stores in our community. So I'm not banging on that, but if Kroger could barely, by Shango, you got to go. Mm-hmm. Sorry about that, man. We a little long, but
we're gonna go in a minute.
Yeah, catch us on the replay, man. Hopefully, if Kroger could turn to 1.5%, what do you think a small entrepreneur, opening a grocery store in a poor or downtrodden community can do?
Where loss prevention now raises your
so
and then how many years does it take for him to get profitable?
So don't just throw at people that they should open up a Black grocery store, because it's not that easy. I understand it sounds like, LeBron James could open up a grocery store in Akron, and maybe he'll close it.
Publix is a chain. Kroger is a chain. Like, when they're networked like that, that also helps the sustainment of the stores.
Because somebody over here might be 20%.
Right.
And then
it helps. But when you're just opening a supermarket by yourself, it's you doing, not when I say it's you, but you understand the store is like a sole.
Yeah, so you mean sole, like,
not sole proprietor, but the store is by itself. It is not part of a franchise. It's not part of a chain. It's not part of a network.
So
they're on the hook for everything.
It's not as easy as you guys would think it is, or it's just really hard because of the razor thin margins. And so keep that in mind when it's one of the things that often said that Black people should be doing is opening their own grocery stores in their own communities.
That's
with
because
better food and stuff like that. But man, it's hard. It's damn near impossible to do.
That's because Whole Foods is selling coconut water for like $150.
Yeah,
what was
crazy,
it?
Man. That's
$16.
That's crazy that they pricing you out of the market of being healthy. That's crazy. Coconut water is. Tell them how good coconut. She's such a big proponent of coconut water. She makes me drink it. Mm-hmm. And so tell them what it does. Restoration of the cells. What else?
Yes, but it hydrates differently. And if you guys drink coconut water, you can see that it's lighter in density than water. You can tell just by swallowing it. Pause. That it's like a lighter density. It's nature's plasma. They said. I wouldn't do it, but they said under the most extreme circumstances, you can use fresh coconut water.
Maybe I could do it.
As plasma to replace plasma if there was a severe emergency. So, two, you have to be careful too, right? Because you have a lot of companies who are marketing coconut water, but it's really just sugar water.
Coconut flavored water.
It's coconut flavored water. It's got a lot of sugar in it, and it doesn't have any of what you think is in it. They sell it for a lot of money because people are getting hip to reading ingredients and the first three ingredients. Here, when you buy a bottle of coconut water, it's going to say agua y coco. Right? That's it.
So for all my people out there who like to travel, has anybody do you guys get real coconut and get some coconut water?
Yeah, so when you travel here to Mexico, they got the green coconuts all over the street. He's going to take the machete. He's going to cut the top open, stick a straw in it. Now, if you want it with the cream, I don't suggest that, and I'm going to tell you why. They have it in, it's like a garrafon, but they're on the side of the road, and we don't know where they're sourcing the water to stretch the coconut milk.
That's a no-no.
You would think that, they're going to stretch the milk with the coconut water, right? It's Mexico, and maybe not. So don't watch him cut that coconut open for you. And this is anywhere in the world. Watch him cut the coconut open for you. Do whatever he needs to do. Stick the straw in it and hand it to you. Sometimes they put rum in it. It keeps you from getting so drunk that your hangover is going to be a migraine.
Yeah, that's what they say.
It also
I've
keeps
never
you
had it, but they say you hydrate while
you hydrate while you dehydrate.
uh,
But it keeps you also from getting sick, like, people who can't hold their liquor, they like puke everywhere. It prevents that. A lot of drinks, when you go especially to the Caribbean, they put a lot of ginger in it. That's something else to keep your stomach from getting so
yeah, settled.
tumultuous
Yeah,
from the sugar and the alcohols. And if you guys are mixing drinks, that's why I tell you don't mix drinks, because it's the
yeah,
sugar and the different alcohols that make you sick.
yeah. So coconut water is life
It's
water.
life. It's life.
Yeah,
It'll
so
quicken your spirit.
there we go. And yeah, so man, $10. That's crazy. I don't know if I've ever been to Whole Foods, man. When was it? I don't know, but that's crazy, man. They pricing you out the market. I wonder what else other stuff
Cousin Jake,
costs.
I'm sure they do have other, ways that they make money and like
Who's this?
this is Cousin Jake. Cousin Jake is saying like the books are cooked. He's basically saying that she's getting it from the information that Kroger gives.
Yeah.
But if their margin was so thin, like how could you stay in business? So I'm sure that Kroger has
Oh,
other ways of revenue generation and stuff like that. But she was
so
really reporting from you said that
yeah,
if we lower
yeah.
prices,
So
that's really where she's kind of
yeah,
reporting
she's
from.
taking her information
Yeah.
straight from the source,
Businesses
if you will.
invest,
So all you can do is use the numbers that they give you.
but for that
Yeah,
specific thing,
for that specific thing. Now Kroger has had large profits for decades. So they have money in the
like
coffer.
legacy.
Yeah,
And I'm sure
so
they invest on the secondary market. Like I'm sure they
yeah,
do other
they
things.
can take losses and keep moving, where a startup can't. Like you can take a loss 1 year, 2 year, you out of
But I'm going
business.
to say this too. It doesn't mean when we lived in Cincinnati, you remember Kroger's would often consolidate their stores. The store would be closed and we don't know why. It's Kroger.
Yeah.
Why is the store closing? Right? So maybe it's not profitable in Madisonville, right? Hyde Park, that store
Open another one.
24/7. We need to
Yeah.
open up a second one because
Open
it's just
another
so
one.
many people shopping. So they often consolidate
Move
and
around.
reopen and reacquire and stuff like that. So they make the moves to stay sustainable. Again, under the protection of the chain. It
Mm-hmm.
is not the same as like the Guyanese supermarket in Orlando, which does really, really well. I think they've been in business for a long time.
At your mom, is she still go there? Are they still open?
So far now, my dad not there
Oh,
anymore.
okay.
She's not traveling that
Okay.
far
I
out.
wonder if they're
I
still
think it
open.
would make her sad if she went there
Okay,
with my dad
I
gone.
could do that.
Vitamin replacement. I may create a proprietary patch for hangovers. Just get them coconut water.
A proprietary patch.
Your proprietary patch could be
That's
a
funny.
patch of coconut meat.
That's
When
funny.
Bitcoin hit 200,000, I could do less of my job and get rich. Hopefully, you don't have to do none of it unless you love it.
Um,
Unless you love it, Cousin Jake.
yeah,
Oh, Cousin
man.
Jake asked me to look up a what?
Yeah. A lot of people talking about they hit 2,000 soon. I don't know, man.
200,000?
I mean, I just I don't kind of let those numbers bother me since we was back in the game. We was jumping for joy. It hit 10,000. I think 5,000
Cousin
is
Jake,
bad.
you asked about that anejo. Is it a Cristalino? Like,
No. I've had it now. You bought it for me before.
I'm 1,000% sure I bought the Cristalino though. So I'm trying to figure out what he
Yeah.
asking.
Anejo. We've had that.
Añejo?
We've had that.
Is it the Maestro Doble Añejo? Like
No, it's its own thing.
Don Julio?
Yeah, it's its own thing. You bought it for me.
It just means aged. There's a lot of different like when it comes in a Don Julio, he would have to tell me which one. Unless
Yeah,
that's the name of the brand.
yeah, they're out here.
See? They're all añejos.
That was that horseshoe. I can't remember.
These are US prices though, so this must be in the United States and that doesn't help me. But Cousin Jake, I had to tell me which one.
That's good.
The Maestro Double Extra. Gotcha.
Oh, well, I'm not sure which one I had. I had a couple of them, remember? Because I
Hmm.
had the little wood boxes and I was keeping them. They're real smooth, man. They're real smooth criminal.
Oh wow, these are big dogs, Jake. So,
Yeah,
um, cousin Jake keep asking questions, y'all. Tell him stop asking.
he gonna have to show up.
So here they are here.
Show up with some cash, cause Jake.
And then so let's take this one. That's only 3,000 pesos.
It's at
One
100.
is 3,000. One is 22,000. So we'll do
One.
those two.
It's $170, right? 160, 170.
Yeah. So the one was
3,000.
it was 32, I think 15. So it's $166, and the
Yeah.
22,000 one is $1,100.
Mm-mm.
It was one that was 22,000 pesos.
Was it?
Yeah, it was 22,000.
Oh, we'll pass on that.
See, 22,000.
I'll pass on that.
And it's not even a liter.
No,
That's from Alianza. That's why I tell you, Alianza be tripping.
Allianz is a nice store, man. You want to go in there and have
But
an
it looks like it's
experience.
the market rate because look, this one's 17,000 at Liverpool. Not quite the same as
That's
that
a
one.
lot. That's a big difference.
And this one's 19,000.
No, 17,000 is a huge difference.
Yeah. And then you have these cute ones that are just 2,000 and 3,000.
That might be $250 difference.
Yeah.
So get that one.
But cousin Jake got that bar and he be doing branding and stuff. So you
Yeah,
never
because
know.
Jake, I seen a couple of your videos, man, come on my Twitter.
He be doing branding.
So I'm sorry, man. I gotta make sure I follow you. But I watched your video just yesterday. I think it came across my Twitter timeline, man. These are good videos, man. And yeah, I like it, man. Good. I like it.
But it can be
For
anywhere
treatment.
from $166, cousin Jake, to $1,140.
It's a big window.
Very, very rare in age. That's why.
Mm-hmm. It's a big window, man. I take it as a gift.
Right? All right, y'all. It's
See.
been an hour and 35 minutes.
Did I have anything else? I think that was every article. I'm actually surprised we got to all of them.
Yeah.
I was looking for that video that I just watched of his, but of course I can't find it. I'll find it as soon as we log off.
If you just go into the search, right?
No, Twitter works weird.
Yeah, I don't like Twitter. I don't be on there like that.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
Expensive ass tequila.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm sorry about the grocery stores with thin margins. And so, we got to keep that in mind, but ultimately we have to keep in mind the money that is put into supply. She said it earlier, if you put your money in assets, you will benefit from inflation.
That's what she said.
Right,
she
so
said those who have assets benefit, those who consume will be destroyed by it.
There we go. So, and that was a good post.
Luciana's the doomsday sayer, y'all.
I don't want to.
Y'all better get some assets.
Yeah, I don't want to go. I missed this one. You said Beyonce's new whiskey.
Yeah, he just sent it.
So I had to check
$89 on September 4th.
No, I don't drink whiskey, but it's still.
I didn't know she drank whiskey.
It's too expensive, but there we go. But that's your home bar. That's dope.
Yeah, his bar is fly. That's why he be looking at all the alcohols. But we love y'all. And,
are we leaving? She kicking me out?
Yes, I had to get back to work.
Okay, yeah, definitely. My bad. I gotta go get Sean.
You gotta go get Sean. We love him. We will talk to you guys later. Bye. I can never